Your vision, your identity, your values, your mindset are all some of the amazing topics we talk about with business coach Ken Gielen. But my absolute favorite part about this interview was Ken's reframe on discipline. Ken, why business coaching for you?
Well, that's kind of a long story. Started 14 years ago. At the moment, I was working in corporate world, the age of 34. And because of the crisis back then, I was made redundant. I was the general manager back then of a manufacturing plant in the automotive industry. Because of the crisis, they had to disinvest and they were closing down the plant. And then I said, well, I don't ever want to have my fate or my destiny in the hands of somebody sitting somewhere in the world looking at a spreadsheet and taking decisions. So I did some traveling to my interior. And then I looked at my background in sports. I've had many coaches and trainers. I was a athlete in the swimming, in competition swimming, and then I've had my mentors also in that career. In 12 years, I did 6 jobs inside that company with several people helping me, succession planning and so forth. One of my colleagues of the MBA before that, so I'm a mechanical engineer by studies, and he was back then the master franchise for Action Coach. I got to know him. I got to know the purpose of the company, the vision. And it was like love at first sight. But that's how I got into business coaching. It was not natural for me. My family is not so entrepreneurial. So I wanted to start my own business, get my own flexibility, and then teach, share my experience, my knowledge, and be the coach. That's something I really enjoy. Maybe not so much in sports. I'm still doing lots of sports today, but really to inspire people to have this, to be a help, to be a lever for them to get more results. So it's now 14 years ago. I remember as it was yesterday. It was not an easy period back then. As you can imagine, that closing down a manufacturing plant, having to let go 350 people to the unemployment. It was not an easy task, but I've learned a lot from it. And even today, those stories, they still are with me and can inspire other business owners in a way that, okay, I had to go through this. Please make sure that you do this and this, that you don't go through that. So to protect the employment and the families that you're responsible for.
So sports to business, what's the correlation between the two for you?
For many years, I had on my bucket list to do an Ironman. And then last year I went to see the competition, the race, and I said to myself, well, I have to do that one day. And then everything that came as a result of that decision is also what happens in business. You take an investment decision and then you get doubts. And then I said, okay, I have to surround myself with a good team, with the masseuse, with the physical therapist, with the trainer, nutritionist, so the whole team, so that it can become better and really fulfill and complete that race. And in business is the same thing. Business, for many people that run the business alone, it is a very lonely job. If you have problems, if you have challenges, it's not easy to bring them home because you don't want to worry anybody. If you have problems or challenges, sometimes it's not easy to share them with the team. So it's a very lonely job or function. And just as in sports, I mean, if I didn't have my training mates, if I didn't have my coach and so on, it would be very lonely to do all these 12 to 15 hours of practice every week. So it's very similar, sports and business. So if you are surrounded with the right people that give you a push, that hold you accountable, to inspire you to do more and to do better, that's where we really can get to our potential. We alone, we do not know what is our potential, so we need to have always this outside perspective. And like in sports, business, the same thing. The outside perspective doesn't take any emotion, so it takes the emotion away. And it's a very clear and objective point of view of what's happening, what's the reality, and all the opportunities for growth. We can't see our own blind spots. So yeah, I see lots of similarities between business and sports.
Who's been the best mentor or coach for you throughout your career?
It's hard to mention one person, so I've prepared two, or I think of two. And first of all, it's the founder of Action Coach that really stood up so many years ago because he saw that businesses were failing in a too high rate than really needed. And what I've learned from Brad is, okay, for every $10 or $100 or euros that you invest, how can you get this tenfold back? So all the investment, how can you work on the return and expect a return. Not only to wish for a return, but to expect a return and to put that as a goal. And the other person that really has been helping me over the years is Darren Hardy. He is kind of the person that is in the footsteps of Jim Rohn, really the father of personal development. I have done lots of courses also from Darren, but his books. And really, he is an inspiration. And really, it is on the mindset, many things, the way we feel, the way we operate. So yeah, very, very good mentors that I always listen to in the car, or when I'm driving or when I'm on the bike. So it's very good to have people giving insights. And I think two things that stand out from Brad and from Darren is that they do not only have one book, and they work with this book for the whole career. They're always learning, always studying, always innovating. And that's in the data set. So it's not how fast you are, it's how you can adapt to the ever changing circumstances. And these two really are very good mentors, and I hold them dearly.
Best piece of advice you've ever received?
One of my mentors, still in my corporate days, he said, Ken, I see that you have potential. I see that you have ambition. Always keep progressing. Meaning, don't stand still in the same job or in the same project for more than 2 years. You have 6 months to learn it. You have 1 year to really produce. And then you have 6 months to prepare your successors. So if we prepare, and it's the same thing with buying back your time and who not how. It's if you do something right, okay, document it and then prepare a successor. So learn it, do it, prepare a successor. And that was from John Peacock. He had, at the moment in the company I was working with, he was nearby his retirement, and he took me aside and we had a coffee, and he told me that. So learn it, do it, and then prepare a successor. And that's the same thing that happens in business day to day.
Hats off to you for committing to your learning by listening to this podcast. And if you'd like some help implementing some of these strategies, then click the link in the description to find your local action coach. They can help you put these strategies into action and take your business and your life to the next level. In the meantime, like and subscribe so that you're the first to get our next episode. We'll see you soon.